Welcome to the David Tomsic Show, fighting tyranny one day at a time. Now, the rise of Trumpism and the dangers it presents to America. My friends, I want you to consider this a cautionary tale. Now, before we get started, I want to give you a definition of Trumpism. I think we need this to be on the same page. Trumpism, also referred to as the Make America Great Again movement, or MAGA. I hear that phrase fits nicely on a hat. It is a political movement in the United States that comprises the political ideologies associated with U.S. President Donald Trump and his political base. It incorporates ideologies such as right-wing populism, right-wing anti-globalism, national conservatism, and neo-nationalism, and features significant illiberal and authoritarian beliefs. There is a significant academic debate over the prevalence of neo-fascist elements of Trumpism. Wow. And I agree with that statement wholeheartedly. There's another article I'm going to read an excerpt from, and I think you need to hear this because this is going to be the premise of this video, okay? It's from Salon Magazine, written by Chauncey DeVega. It's titled, Donald Trump's Chaos Strategy, Why Americans Continue to Fall for His Game of Distraction. Now, here's the excerpt I'm going to read. Be very wary of any political observer or other public voice or anyone else who suggests that Trump and his MAGA movement are losing, in disarray, ineffective, or somehow confused or weak. Such people are seeing what they want to see and not what actually is happening. Donald Trump and his MAGA movement's strategy is chaos. Moreover, the chaos is in service to their shock and awe strategy to end America's pluralistic democracy and to place it with a form of autocracy, if not outright fascism modeled on Viktor Orban's Hungary or Vladimir Putin's Russia, with Trump as a de facto leader for life. As Harold Marison observes in The American Prospect, as to the wider world, if we ever sought to be that beacon on the hill, we're now the bully on the hill, America, Trumpified. Okay, now keep in mind, this article, I think, is going to sum up my points here. Now, I look at the world differently than most people. I've had a lot of experience in a lot of things, and I believe that we are in a dangerous game of chicken here with democracy. Many people have believed that we are somehow failing as a nation, that the Democrats or liberals have attacked us and are destroying this nation. This is a narrative, a trope, that has been created by Donald Trump and his handlers. Donald Trump, if you don't know, basically lives off of conspiracy theories. Most of the things he's brought out in campaigns are conspiracy theories. He hears something, believes it or not, and he then puts it on his Facebook page, his social media pages, and he goes in front of people and makes it sound true. Many people, unfortunately, in this country are very upset with what they thought was happening in America. Again, they thought that everything's collapsing, that we're paying for everybody's problems around the world, that every agency is corrupt, that every immigrant is a terrorist waiting to blow up a building. These things are not true, but most people that voted for Donald Trump believe they are. And the reason I even got this article out today, and the reason I'm even talking about this is I went on Facebook, and my Facebook was inundated with Donald Trump propaganda, one after another, plus alternate things from Elon Musk and people who talk about the Gulf of America now and proud of it. And I was glad to see a lot of negative comments towards these posts, but still it was on my Facebook feed. I eliminated them. Of course, I'm still going to get some, and I have to hide them. I've already told them not to send me things as much as you can on Facebook. But the problem is, this is how it works. This is how you keep control. Let me digress a little. The idea is you take power and then you have to control people. You have to continue to make them believe they need you, that without you, you will be under attack. You will be enslaved. You will lose your rights. You will be poor. You'll be broke. Everybody's out to get you. And there's only one person that can protect you. He learned how to use them against our deepest fears, immigrants. They're taking your jobs. They're killing people. I have people sending me videos and memes about how immigrants are hurting people and taking jobs, and how they're going to blow up buildings soon, about how the federal government is so corrupt it all has to be torn down, how we give money to other countries and they give nothing in return, that they're stealing from us, and we have to stop it, and we have to show our strength over them. Go on and on. None of this is actually true. There's facets of it that do happen. We do have corruption. We do have immigrants that have committed crimes. We do have money we send overseas that we shouldn't. We've started wars. We're involved in wars. This has happened for 50, 60 years. Sadly, Donald Trump really hasn't done anything to prove he's going to stop any of this. He claims he's going to stop the war in Ukraine. He has called Vladimir Putin, but I know the end result of that. Vladimir Putin's going to get everything he wants, all the land he's conquered. That was the end game for Vladimir Putin. Somehow Trump will make this sound like a victory for the United States. Technically, it would not be. But people look at this and say he's going to solve problems. And yet he started how many others? He's now offended every ally we have, including our best ally north of the border in Canada, Mexico. He's creating enough chaos that most people don't see what he's really doing, which is tearing apart the federal government, which is obtaining more and more power for himself. As the article mentioned, he's going to be the de facto leader of America. For how long? We don't know. Hopefully it's just 4 years or less. But he hopes to get a third term. He hopes to have enough power that he doesn't need to be reelected, that he just becomes that dictator, that authoritarian leader that America wants so badly. Should I say the American right wing wants so badly. You see, Trump knows how to play the game. He's a manipulator. And most people who support him don't see that. They're willing to accept some of these off-the-wall characteristics he has, but they don't realize who he really is. And I can do 10 videos on that and bring on people who actually have known him for 37 years, who have interviewed him, who have talked with him. Nobody wants to listen to them. They want to listen to their heart, which is saying, he's our savior. He's going to make this work. So here's the key moving forward. You see, Donald Trump is not the problem. He's not the solution. He's a symptom. He's a symptom of a bigger problem in America. You see, America, although many people believe we have been last, has always been first. We've had the world reserve currency for decades. It's given us power. We have been able to offload all of our debt to other countries. We've had the petrodollar. People needed our dollar to buy oil, keeping us strong. We've been able to manipulate the world through our military power based on our control of oil, our control of the petrodollar. Most people don't realize that the reason we spend money through U.S. aid is to keep things in line. See, America was deemed the controller of the neoliberal world order. Most people don't like that phrase. We want out of that. But unfortunately, you can't. The world has to work together. Whether we like it or not, there has to be some kind of mechanism to keep the world going. Donald Trump will tear all that down. Somehow he believes it's the right thing to do. This is really nonsense. It's really what conspiracies are made of. People are turning their back from us. One of my commenters said, who is turning their back on the United States? Who has Donald Trump isolated? I said, most of the world. They don't get it. They don't see it because they truly believe that that one immigrant that hurt somebody, and it proves that everybody's got to go. We got to be white again here. And yes, I brought that up. Race plays a big part in this. Here's my final point in this cautionary tale. Since Donald Trump was elected, there have been over 1,000 hate crimes perpetrated in America. Over half of them now can be directly related to people who supported Donald Trump, either by chanting his name or chanting his slogans, the rhetoric he has perpetrated throughout the election. I believe these crimes will continue because there's nobody that's going to come against these right-wing extremists. No one will call them out, not from the highest office, not from anywhere. Those that are poor, those that are brown, those that are on the fringes of society are going to be targeted first. When will you be on that list? That's the point, and that's the problem with this type of government. You never know when you'll be the next enemy. That's all the time I have. Don't forget to join the revolution against hatred, against intolerance. We ask you to like, subscribe, and share this video. And until then, God bless you, and I'll see you next time right here on The David Tomsic Show.